Hey guys, welcome back to Pristine's Reads. So since I just finished, the whole Keeper video series reviews, I thought I would do something different again, just to take a break from the normal reviews. So, I realized that I've mostly been reviewing books that are kind of like for my age group, like teenagers and up. So I thought I would do a video on books for like middle graders and younger, because I know probably some parents out there want to find books that are more suitable for slightly younger audiences. So I've gone through my entire library. I picked out a bunch of books that I think would be great for, like ages, let's see, middle graders are like, 12 and younger. The way this video is going to work, I'm going to have one section for like little book series I think are appropriate for more like boys kind of, and then a series for like girls, and then some series I think that would be good for both boys and girls to read. I just want to say, like, they're not strictly for each audience. The girls can read the boys' books if they want, the boys can read the girls' books if they want, although I'm not sure why they would want to do that. Also, some more channel news coming at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that because it's going to be really exciting. But anyway, so yeah, let's get started. So, first up for the series I think would be good for like middle grader boys, I have with me the Prince Warrior series. You probably have seen this if you've watched my first sentence challenge video. My brothers picked some of those because they absolutely love this series, and they didn't want to have my challenge without advertising their favorite series. So this is the Prince Warrior series. I only have 1, 2, and number 4 in print. I have the third one on Kindle, so obviously I can't really show it to you right now. But the first one is the Prince Warriors, the second is the Unseen Invasion, the third is the Winter War, sorry, the fourth is the Winter War, and the third is the Swords of Rima, which I have on Kindle again. But yeah, this series is really great. My brothers love it so much. I have 2 brothers. One is 11, turning 12 soon. You might know him also as the voice of Shona in My Storytime with Shona. And I have another brother who is 7, and he also loves the series too. So I think I would consider them middle graders. But yeah, they like the series a lot, so that's a good pick for boys around that age. I'd say from like, 7, 8 to 12 maybe. Yeah, I enjoyed reading them too. But yeah, definitely more on the boy side, plenty of action to keep them entertained. So yeah, and the second series I have that I think boys would like to read too, but I also enjoy reading them too, is the Camp X series by Eric Walters. And this was a good one too because it's like fiction set in the period of World War II. Basically they brought these 2 boys, George and Jack, who are doing like spy work for the Canadian government during the time of World War II. So it's really cool. I like this series a lot. Sorry, there's a bookmark in number 4 because we were currently reading that one. But yeah, so my brother likes this one a lot too. Although I would say it definitely has a bit more of like gun violence and stuff in it. So I would say maybe for ages, 10 to 11 plus, it's a bit higher up on the middle grade spectrum. But yeah, so those are 2 series I think are really good for boys. Of course, I enjoyed both of the series too. Girls can read them if they want. But yeah, let's get on to the girls section. So for girls, first up I have is the Daughters of the Faith series, and they're all by Wendy Lawton. So these are really good. They cover important people like, well, I actually never heard of Anita Dittman until I read this book. But she was a Holocaust survivor. But it was actually pretty cool to see like the Jewish perspective from that war. It doesn't go too much into like all the gory concentration camp details. She wasn't really in a camp. The beginning is kind of about her life when the war started, a bit before and when the war started. So she's like half Jew, half Aryan, which is the German. But yeah, that was really cool. They also cover people like, for example, Eliza Shirley, which is a Hallelujah lass, or the Salvation Army. People like Harriet Tubman, Phyllis Wheatley, the first Black woman poet. Mary Chilton, who traveled on the Mayflower, Mary Bunyan, you know, the daughter of John Bunyan. We have Olive Oatman, a pioneer, and we have Pocahontas. So these are really cool. They're told from Christian perspectives, and I think they're great for pretty much, yeah, I would say my target audience for this series would be around like 8 through 12. I really enjoyed reading them, even though I'm like 13. But yeah, I like them a lot. So the next girl series that I have is the Camp Club Girls. There are different volumes. The first one is by Renee Brumbaugh Green. The second is by Linda Karlblom. And the third one is by Sherry Barr. So basically, it is still in like the same world, and there are 2 other volumes of the different girls in their club, which I don't have. But yeah, my sister, who's 9, is reading this one right now. She likes them a lot. Yeah, so they're kind of like mystery-ish, but they're not like super psycho thriller mysteries. Yeah, they're just like little mysteries, good for the middle grade section. But yeah, so I do recommend this series as well. I think it would be for, you know, ages 8 through 12 as well. But yeah, so that wraps up our girls series. Now I'm going to show you guys some theories which are good for both girls and boys to read. I think they're really good for both of them. Keep in mind, all these books I have read, okay? I've read them all. I haven't reviewed them all, since I have a lot of books to review. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so the first series I have here is the Mouse and the Motorcycle series. This I think is good for both boys and girls to read, although I would say they're for younger. Like, I think we could even go for like 6 through 10 maybe. Yeah, they're good for kids that way. So it's entertaining. It's about a little mouse who's riding a motorcycle. 3-book series. They're not super long, so I think, yeah, 6 through 10-year-olds maybe. 6 maybe. I'd say definitely for sure 7. If you have like a precocious 6-year-old, then sure, by all means they could probably do this. But yeah, so this is for kind of like the younger spectrum. Sorry, the younger end of the spectrum. But yeah. Okay, so next I have a singular book. It's called Glitch by Laura Martin. Now it's interesting. This author I am really conflicted about. This book was really good. I actually liked it a lot. Not so much that I rated it 5-star, but it's definitely like a 4-star for me. It was actually pretty good. Really fast-paced. Good for girls and boys, I think. I do think it's a bit complicated because it has all to do with time travel. So I think I would do like 9 to 10, maybe. 9 to 10 up to 12, probably. Although I've read it, it's really good. I do recommend reading this. There are some other books that this author has written that I've read, and most of them I did not like for various reasons. Eventually, I will publish a video about books that I hate / strongly dislike. And some of her other books would definitely be on that video, I think, for reasons I will explain there, but this book was really good. And supposedly the author is a Christian, although I didn't really find any, like, Christian mentions or, like, worldviews until, like, the end where she quoted a Bible verse in her acknowledgements. Yeah. Yeah, she quoted Ephesians 3:20 in her acknowledgements. But yeah, anyways, this author I have really conflicted feelings about her. Like, this book was really good. But anyways, save the hate rant for another video. But yeah, I recommend this one. Okay, so this series I have had for quite a while. It is the Cooper Kids Adventure series by Frank E. Peretti. Now, this series I've had since I was like 10 or 11, I think. I really liked them. I've read them all. There are 8 books in the series. Yeah, it's really good writing. Keeps you engaged and like really in the story. So they're really cool. It's about these 2 kids, Jay and Lila Cooper. Their father is an archaeologist. He's like a Christian archaeologist, young Earth creationist. And they go on all these kinds of cool adventures anyways, yeah, they travel to cool places, and like they're kind of a bit on the mystery side too, which I liked because I do like reading mysteries, but not so much like they're pure mystery. I really liked the biblical archaeologist perspective, and but yeah, I really recommend this series. I think it would be good for ages maybe 9+. I would recommend some mild caution because a few books deal with things kind of on the supernatural side. For example, this book, they went to go investigate a door in a desert that the local people thought was like haunted, and they actually, it was really cool the way they the way the author kind of wrote it. It was like the door was actually if you read Revelation in the Bible, you know how it talks about there's the star that fell down to earth and pit that would release, you know, those locusts for the end times plague. So basically, yeah, the locusts are like demons and stuff. So it does deal with like demonic kind of things. So I would say, yeah, maybe 10+ for this one. This one also too, it deals with human sacrifice. This one deals a lot with ghosts and, like, you know, the mysteries. Of course you know ghosts are not real. So I liked how they made sure that was clear that ghosts are not real. I liked also how it was kind of like a little bit on the time travel side. At least this one was. This one has a bit to do with like ancient curses / like archaeology. You know, like all those you know, like when so and so opened the temple, they would release so and so curse, so and so would die, blah blah blah. But yeah, so I would recommend some parental caution on these. Maybe read up some other reviews on them. I probably will review the series eventually. Eventually is a relative term, but yeah. So, next series. So the next series I have is the Green Ember series by S.D. Smith. Now, I only have the first book, The Green Ember, and the prequel, The Black Star of Kingston, in paper. I have the other 3 books in this actual series on audiobook. I've listened to them with my entire family. They're really good. I would say my 7-year-old brother can easily read and understand this, so yeah, I would say, you know, 7, 8 up. Has some really good action, I think. Maybe, like, the first book definitely wasn't the best, I think. I liked the other 3 books better, I think, but they're still really good. Okay, so check this series out, The Green Ember by S.D. Smith. I'd say it's also good for, you know, like, family read-along, stuff like that. But yeah, I liked it a lot. It has a lot to do with, like, the animal kingdom, rabbits, wolves, hawks, stuff like that. So, animal crazy people read this. But yeah, okay, last series. Let's go. So, the last series I have for you is the Passages series by Paul McCusker. So this guy's with Focus on the Family. Don't know if you ever heard of them. Really good resource, you know, Adventures in Odyssey. The Focus on the Family is closely tied. But yeah, so it's really cool. These kids, they kind of travel back in time to like Bible stories, but they're not actually like the actual Bible with all like the same names of the same places. They're like, for example, the first story here in the first volume, Darian's Rise, is about like the story of King David. You can see a lot of parallels with that. But, you know, the King David's name is not David. The name is Darian. And, yeah, like, you know, the country of Israel is actually called Maris. But, yeah, so it's really cool. They take on really important Bible stories like, you know, the story of King David, I said with the first one. The story of Noah's Ark, except in this story it wasn't really an ark. It was different, but another whole review on the series eventually. The story of Queen Esther, the story of Joseph and his 12 brothers, you know, those things. Elijah and Elisha, and Moses and the Exodus. So yeah, these are really good books, I would say. It's really good for helping your kids to see the Bible in a new light. And it was really entertaining. Lots of action. It's well written. Yeah, definitely check this out. I think the only thing I have against it was like the last story. It was kind of like, I don't know, maybe old-fashioned is not the right word. I know these were like written, let me see. they were written like, yeah, they were written in like 2000. So, but yeah, it's still really good. I do recommend checking them out. But yeah, so I'd recommend them for ages, let me see, my dad got these and read them aloud to me for like bedtime stories, and I was like 8, I want to say, something like that. He read them to me and my brother. We went through the entire series together over many months. But yeah, we'd read like a chapter a night and stuff and discuss. So yeah, I do recommend this series, good for read alouds. I would say, yeah, ages maybe 8 up. So, okay, so this is like the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, something different. Yeah, please parents, all these series I do recommend. They're really good for middle graders and younger. Now, I have some channel news to give to you guys. So, upcoming soon, I will be doing a giveaway, my first giveaway. So, it's on like it's like a mini Bible study. It's called Food for Thought in Joshua, written by Rob DeJong. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Mr. Rob. But yeah, so I will be doing a video on a whole separate video on that soon when my copy of the book gets to me. The author has shipped it to me, and I'm still awaiting its arrival. Upon the book getting here, I will read it, I will review it, and then the author has so kindly set up a landing page. So I will say, again, more details in my actual video on that, but I will say the first 10 people to do a specific comment / hashtag on my video will be able to go to the landing page and get a free ebook of that. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. It's going to be awesome, so stay tuned for that video. And yeah, more exciting stuff to come. I will be reviewing the last book in the Hagenheim series, The Peasant's Dream, up here. I will be reviewing that soon. Soon, again, as a relative word. But yeah, whenever I can, guys, whenever I can. So yeah, all of you guys have an awesome day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with anybody you think who might be interested in my channel, my passion, or just the topic that I'm talking about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, bye!